Former President Donald Trump is walking back comments that he made earlier about restricting birth control if reelected.
That's right. Now listen to this. This is the original comment he made while speaking exclusively with CBS News Pittsburgh on Tuesday.
Do you support any restrictions on a person's right to contraception?
Well, we're looking at that, and I'm going to have a policy on that very shortly.
Well, that suggests that you may want to support some restrictions, like the morning after pill or something.
We are also, things really do have a lot to do with the states, and some states are going to have different policies than others.
So that was his comments live on air. Then after the interview, Trump wrote on social media that he has never and will never advocate for restricting birth control or contraceptives. Let's bring in CBS News campaign reporter Shawna Mizelle now. So Shawna, how are Democrats responding to what Trump said and this possibility of federal regulations on contraception?
Good afternoon, Errol and Lana. We can expect Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer to attempt to fast-track a bill in the Senate that is called the Right to Contraception Act, and this would protect access to contraception like birth control. But it is not really clear if this bill will pass in the Senate. This really seems like an attempt by Schumer in an election year to put Republicans on record with how they feel about contraception. We know that Democrats have really taken up this issue of reproductive rights, being contraception, IVF, and abortion as a major campaign issue following the overturning of Roe versus Wade.
Well, we heard Trump there say that, look, this decision can be up to states. In Louisiana, the state house passed a bill to reclassify the so-called abortion pills as a controlled substance, and it's now in the state's Senate awaiting for final approval. What more can you tell us about that bill and concerns it's raising in the medical community?
This bill passed in the House that is led by Republicans in Louisiana in an overwhelming vote. It now heads back to the Senate, but what it would do would mark contraception, or mifepristone and misoprostol, as controlled substances, and there are worries about how this could impact providers. It could also include racketeering charges and prison time and fines as punishment for people who have this drug in their possession. But abortion is currently legal in Louisiana, so there are really questions swirling about why was there a need to bring this bill up.
And it's also important to note that those drugs are also used by doctors to help women after they've had miscarriages, et cetera. So obviously there are wide-reaching implications potentially. Shawna, I'm hoping you can talk to us a little bit about what the implications could be beyond Louisiana.
We've seen states after states continue to mirror legislation once they see it passed in one state, and particularly in southern states where we've seen a lot of southern states led by Republicans impose restrictions on abortion. So the question now is if we will continue to see this happen in other states that neighbor Louisiana, possibly. The Biden campaign held a press call today, and they really blamed all of this on former President Donald Trump. They're attempting to tie this to his record and really make it a national issue as we look ahead to November.
All right, Shawna Mizelle, thank you very much. Appreciate the update.